Hello everyone, I'm Silverraptor and welcome to another Wargame Red Dragon deck creation video. And in the comments, I've been rating on what the next nation you guys wanted me to make. And the next one seemed to be Poland. So it's nice, we only have one Red 4 deck that we can actually use. It's nice to have a little more variety. So let's go and get into Poland. So we'll just quickly do this here. Poland first. Or hang on. Polish first army. There we go. Red for Poland. Alright, so we've got Poland. Now let's go and see exactly what Poland has in terms of decks. Let's just quickly put that fob in. And they get access to the MI6. That's quite a bit of supply, so we're going to probably put that in. I know I'm doing this backwards this time, but just bear with me. And let's see, not the best out of supply truck, but we're definitely going to need them for getting all of our, getting the supply in by land. Now we have decisions to make. The Scott R3 is pretty fast, so it might be a suitable CV. The T-72 is a decent tank CV, but it is kind of expensive. If this was a more thematic deck, I probably would pick this, but since we are we're just going to start with the Scott for now, and we will come back to this in a moment. So then just quickly reorganize these two things, and there we go. So now Infantry tab. Now we got to go through the Infantry. A lot of people know the Commandozi, but the Commandozi, as I see, has been quite nerfed. It doesn't have its 533 rounds per minute main gun anymore, so the RPK is pretty good. We might come back to the Commandozi, but we're going to set them on the back burner for now. Let's see. We're going to use the Commandozi as our baseline. The Nebeski Bierti are pretty decent. They're shock trained 15-man squads. Decent rate of fire, decent accuracy. So they might be a good follow-up. Here's the 90 variant of the, and they've got looks like they've got a better light machine gun, and maybe a ATGM weapon. That's basically it. These are going to be our regular infantry, Biokas Mets. What do they come in? BWP, BWP2, D. So this is interesting. Okay, so the same price. One is more armored than the other. They get Conkers. How is the ATGM? Just regular Conquer squads. Okay, so we've got other shock-trained infantry down here, 15 points. Let's compare these up to the Nebeski Bierti. Okay, alright, okay. Okay, so they're basically carbon copies of the regular Nebeski Bierti, except they are 10-man squads instead of 5-man squads. And that's about it, and they're 10 points cheaper. Okay, so we're not going to get the Nebeski Bierti. We'll get these guys, I'm pretty sure. Let's just actually start putting stuff in so I don't lose track of everything. I'm going to get some Conkers and some Scott 2AMs because these also have ATGMs on them. Not the best ATGMs, but it gives you basically double the ATGM per card. So we're going to get some Conkers at the start. Groms are definitely going to need to be used. Let's see. Probably get these guys in the 2 AP because it has better range against helicopters. And yeah, so we'll get that in. Now, these guys I definitely want to get the Sapere Stramurzi. I just need to figure out what I want to get them in. But the main reason why I want these guys in the deck so bad, we'll just get them in the 2 AP again, is that these are the only napalm infantry that are shock trained, at least that I know of. And so these guys get up front, and they're highly accurate with their AKM and napalm, and basically able to just flush out enemy forces, especially special forces. So definitely want to get these guys. Now we just need to focus on our actual main infantry force. So we've got regular secondary and then secondary 90. I know I'm pronouncing this wrong. I apologize to all my Polish viewers who are busy getting their Kalashnikovs ready to come and assassinate me. Let's see. Okay, so they're the same as the Niebieski Beretti, except they've got a much better RPG. Okay. Okay, so quickly compare this to this. I think this is going to. We're just going to need all of these guys. These guys are pretty good, actually. Just comparing. SPD, light rifleman, not the best. Okay, just going to need one final comparing to Commandozi. And yeah, it looks like the Commandozi have indeed been dethroned, if I guess, in terms of good infantry. So, okay, so we want regular of these guys. How many do I get for the regular? How many do I get of this? Just trying to figure out how many. Okay, so I'm gonna get roughly the same amount of each. All right. Let's go. We're gonna need. Okay, I'm gonna get with the 2 AP because it has slightly better gun, 1 HE power. Or actually, it's got regular Scott 2. What's the? Not much difference except for the gun. All right, we're gonna get the cheaper so we can kind of spam these guys out, and then for the 90 variant, I'm thinking of getting the 2 AM. Just a little extra ATGM support. I know they're not the best. Usually I will pair these up with commandos, but it provides just a little extra anti-vehicle support, if nothing else. So that's going to be mainly our infantry, and we do need to organize this. So I am going to put these guys at the end, these guys on the end, and these guys on the end. All right, support tab. Now let's go and look into support. RM70s, I am definitely going to put a stack of these guys. Main reason why I like the RM70 is that with 80 rockets, I don't think they actually fire all the rockets in one volley. I think they only shoot 40 at a time. And that basically means you could set up and launch again without having to resupply with the RM70. And they also added smoke to this rocket launcher, so I could basically smoke out an entire region. Definitely very useful. Now, we're definitely going to want NUAs. We could choose between the fast variant or the armored variant, and I think I am going to go for the armor variant because it can survive a straight artillery shot. While as a NUA, yes, it can get to a location fast, but these guys generally, once you get to a location, you have to basically stay and wait until an aircraft comes, and then you have to fire at them, and then you have to get them out before artillery comes into that location. We're going to need a little more AA, so a Sopol is a good contender. Any other kind of vehicles that we can get? Some Storazla, I guess that's how you pronounce it. Those are also a good candidate. ROMs, they're radar guided, and we already have our radar AA. Okay, we're going to get some Sopols. And these guys are radar as well, but this is not. Hang on. Are all of our vehicles? Yes, all of our vehicles. Okay, all of our infantry are wheeled. So I'm actually going to get some 1Ms so that they can keep up and stay with our forces. So, all right. So we've got our wheeled, we've got our tracked. Put this over here, and then we are going to follow up with some Donnas. Donnas are really good artillery. I do quite like them. So we've got all we need. Hang on. Poland doesn't have any mortars, so Donnas are going to be our substitute mortar, our substitute mortar piece. Tanks. We're going to get the Twardy. Now the Twardy, while it's a super heavy tank, it's not the best of the super heavy tanks. It is cheaper than most of those, but it's got It's got less front armor, and its gun has 22 AP power. I think some super heavies have better, but we're definitely going to need these guys if we're going to go toe to toe with any enemy forces. I do love how it's basically just painted in reactive armor everywhere. New color scheme, just put explosive charges all around the straps of your armor. Now we do have a follow-up with a heavy tank, the T-72 M2 Wilk, and the M1 Wilk as well. Hang on, we're going to compare this to the T-72S. T-72S has a little better front armor. It's got a decent ATGM, but its main gun is less accurate. It fires slower. I think we want the M2 Wilk. I have been largely unimpressed with the ATGMs that come from tanks in general. And then for our medium tank, probably we'll get some M1 Wilks. And we can get a T-55 Meridia as basically our sniper tank as well. I'll get these guys in as hardened because we're not, just for now. I might come back later. Okay, recon. What do we have for the recon? We've got Formosa. Oh, yes. Yes, these guys are definitely going to earn their keep. We're going to get some Scott 2AMs in there. We want Salamandras, definitely, for primary recon. We've got Ziandowsi. Decent. Now, shock trained. That actually seems like a very viable candidate. So let's get these guys in some 2 APs. Or no, wait, I want something cheaper. We can get them in this or some Scott 2s. We'll get them in some Scott 2s. And any other vehicles? Not really. So I'll just get another Formosa squad this time in 2 APs as well. So just reorganize that there quickly. Vehicles. Helicopters. Let's see. The Mi-24W is actually a pretty nice helicopter. 85 points. It's got 8 Kokon, 20 AP missiles, and decent. So we're going to get these guys definitely. Sockles, ATG or anti-air helicopters with rocket pods. Yes, please. Salamander. No. This is a maybe, but nope. All right, so that's our helicopters. And now to the aircraft. MiG-29. Is there any other air superiority? We're going to have to do this. The MiG-29 is the one to beat. MiG-23. Nope. MiG-21. Ew. MiG-19 PM. Don't waste my time. Okay, so MiG-29. We're going to get 4 rookie. Then we're going to need a multi-roll. Sierra 30 potential. I'm going to just put that there just so that we keep an eye. Anti-tank. In what universe is this an anti-tank plane? Okay. Bombers. We've got napalm. I'm going to put that in. And we're going to have to choose something else. Seed. We're going to put this in for seed. And let's just quickly look at everything else. So we could get some rocket pods. That could be fun. Let's just quickly go through all of this. Be highly unimpressed. Napalm. Okay, so we've got plenty of points to spend up here. Let's just make these missiles more accurate. We'll get these two guys up at hardened. Recon tanks. Okay, so looks like we don't need this after all. We can actually get this CV tank, and we can get an infantry squad as well. Or well, we can make it. We could do it just for cheaps. So we got our cheap infantry, our expensive tank, and we've got one more point to spend. So let's look into the vehicle tab. These guys I've been very largely unimpressed with. Conkers, entertaining is that the best we can do. Actually, we can get some TO-55, so that we have a little more napalm to go, and these guys have a main gun. So, yeah, okay, this will be our follow-up spam tank. It's going to be paired with the T-55 Meridia, and engage the forces at range. The reason why I picked the Meridia is because it's got 60% accuracy, decent gun for only 50 points. The T-55 AM Meridia, just a regular one, is only 5 points less, but the gun's not as penetrative, so... Alright, so Navy tab, just quickly get this underway. Utiloy, Jangoose, and where is it? Not shouldn't be that far down. I probably passed it. Where's the Muna? There's the Muna. You were hiding from me. Alright. And this is our Polish deck. So I will be playing with this deck next. A little interesting. Had to pick some interesting choices, but I do look forward to trying this out. So I will see you all in the next video, where we get to finally play some Red 4 after playing a little bit of Blue 4 back to back. So catch you all in the next video, and don't forget to leave a suggestion of the next deck I should play down in the comments below.